Well, as parents, there's nothing better than having a strong bond with your child, but what can you do when your child relies on you too much, especially now that summer's coming and you want your kids to be social in their activities? We have Gail Bell from Parenting Power. She's here to help, and this is the first of what will be regular visits from our friends from Parenting Power, which is fantastic news. Welcome to you.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I was just talking your ear off. I was saying that over the weekend I had an experience with my daughter, who's almost 5, in soccer. Really didn't want to engage, wouldn't leave our side. How do you deal with such a thing? It's painful as a parent to watch because it's so hard for her, it seems.
It seems. That's right. And it might be hard for her,
Yeah.
but you know, we just have to, as parents, support them as who they are and not try to change them. And it's especially hard if you have one social parent and then a child that perhaps isn't outgoing, maybe more of an introvert. So number one, step back and acknowledge who they are.
Yeah.
But you know, we can also set guidelines for our kids around expectations. So when you go to soccer, the expectation is you're with your team. Okay, but have that conversation well before, not in the moment driving there and why
Right.
aren't you playing and what's wrong, you should be having fun, and those should words don't work very well. And if we follow through and do what we say we're going to do as parents around those guidelines and expectations, develop a lot of trust with your children.
Ooh,
a lot of trust.
That's huge. Follow through is
That's
huge.
right.
You also told me not to use the word shy. And I think that's incredibly important because would that give her a complex? All of a sudden she identifies, I'm shy. Well, I'm shy. I'm shy.
Well, not necessarily a complex, but perhaps they'll start filling a role.
Right.
And we really encourage that at Parenting Power, not to label your child, oh, that's our little one, that's our baby, and this is our athlete, and this is our shy one. Use their names, you know, and then just try to acknowledge for who they are. But, you know, when you're in the moment, it's the worst time to be talking to them about it.
Yeah.
So try to really set some expectations out of the moment and then just let it happen.
Is there a difference between dependency and shyness? I mean, is there a point where it's not healthy particularly?
Absolutely, and if you're at that point, you know, talk to your doctor or give us a call if you literally you're peeling your child off every time. Again, the best thing to do is set your child up for success. So be very clear on the expectations. You are going to preschool now, or you are going to soccer. I will leave you at the door. You can even get down to script. I will say, I love you. I'll see you at 11:30. Make sure you're not late to pick them up. Say, hand them over to the coach or the teacher and walk away, which is really hard.
Really hard.
Really hard to do. Really hard. But keep it consistent, because if you do it every time, it becomes the norm and they adjust, and that's how kids get self-confidence.
What might we be doing that's sort of nurturing sort of dependence or dependency?
Oh, not being consistent. So saying they're going to soccer and acknowledging their feelings and saying, you know, I know you might not like it, but, and then rescuing them, saying, okay, well, not tonight. I can see you're really upset. Okay, let's go home. That will make them dependent on you, versus acknowledge their feelings. You know, you might not like soccer, but we've signed up for it, and our family value is we'll finish this season, and we can discuss it, and you're going to be with your coach. And talk to teachers and coaches. They're awesome. They'll support you. Say, we're having this issue, and we need to leave.
Well, at what point do you let them participate in picking their activities?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, again, that's a family value. So usually parents want them to do activities for exposure. Most parents we talk to want them to be physical, healthy, and some want them to expose to the arts. So when they're really little, it's, you know, within guidelines, and as they grow older, but, you know, back to those family values. It's really important to us that you're active, so you need to be doing at least, you know, 3 times a week activity. And that report came out last week. You know, Canada got a D- on activity for our kids.
Okay, so we got to update.
So if you sign them up, they got to do it.
And now is the time. This is fantastic advice. Gail Bell, you will be back soon. Really nice to see you. It's parentingpower.ca for more information. Links, as always, on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. Really nice to see you. Thank you for that.